Hey, welcome to the show. We've got a good show today. We're going to feature the longest home runs in Major League Baseball history. Also, we're going to feature the top 3 walk-off World Series home run victories. And we are also going to give you a hockey trivia question, see if you can answer it. And we have a musical guest, the Goo Goo Dolls. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Right on, thanks guys. Welcome back. Time for our hockey trivia. This is a question. I want you to write your answer in the comments, and whether you're right or wrong. And no searching. No, go ahead. I don't care. Write your answer in the comments if you either got it right or wrong. Bobby Hull said this was the best player he ever played against. Who was it? Here's a video clue.
He danced on his skates.
That slick centerman who could forecheck. He came to play every time. He killed penalties. He skated miles and miles every night. Tireless. Number 1 star, game after game after game.
So there you go. Who was this famous player from the 1960s NHL? Alrighty, we'll get to our baseball stuff, but first here's our musical guest, the Goo Goo Dolls. All right, time to look at the greatest World Series walk-off victories. And we're going to rank them in order. There's only 3 of them. Number 3, Game 1, 1988 World Series. What made this one so great is Kirk Gibson was injured at the end of the season. He didn't play in the National League Championship Series at all. And then in the World Series, he only had 1 at-bat. He told the coach, let me try this. He said, I think I could do one. The manager told me, sort of let him in the game, and he hit this home run. Now, they were playing the mighty Oakland A's, and Orel Hershiser had one of the best years that any pitcher had ever had. And he was pitching Game 2. And he would pitch 3 games in this series, even though he was pitching Game 2. So that win, without him on the mound, was the only win they got without Orel Hershiser on the mound. And it was absolutely huge because they upset the heavily favored Oakland A's, the greatest World Series upset of all time by the odds. Great story. Number 2, Game 7, 1993 World Series.
Joe has had his moments. 2 balls and 2 strikes on it. Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a belt. Left field. Way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
That one still makes me tingle. I'm Canadian. It was pretty exciting. You can see I'm a Dodger fan, though. Anyway, Canadian fans will be disappointed that one's not number 1, but it was the number 1 best call of all time. You know, touch 'em all, Joe. I've never heard a big home run. I've never heard a better home run call than that one, especially in that big game. There's a reason there's one ahead of this one, though, because it was Bill Maheroski's home run against the New York Yankees in Game 7 of the World Series. What made it so special as that one is the Yankees had won 7 of the last 11 World Series before that. Crazy. Had a great year. And statistically in this World Series, they hit more home runs, they scored more runs, their pitchers had a better ERA, and they won in every category except for the final score. Pittsburgh won the game was a 3-2, 1-0, and only the last game they scored a bunch of runs to win. But Bill Maheroski's home run in 1960 World Series against the powerful New York Yankees was the number 1 run of all time. Okay, I forgot to say Merry Christmas at the top of the show, by the way. Merry Christmas. Let's have a look at my Christmas present to you, the longest home runs ever hit. The 10 longest home runs ever hit in the history of the world. Here they are. Check them out. I think you'll enjoy them. Now let's start with number 13 instead, because that's my lucky number. It's a bonus. We'll give you the top 13 longest home runs of all time.
Where the ball hit about halfway up that scoreboard. That is a great pitch. High drive, he killed it. Is that number 40? You betcha. Adam Dunn with 40 home runs with 100 One delivery to him and a towering shot way back in right field. Everybody's just watching. Oh, that hit 3/4 of the way up on that scoreboard. Oh, Vaughn. Like that. You can forget that one. Wow. Oh, wow. Out of the ballpark. Touch of all time for Jim Thome. It's a 2-1 ball game. That cleared the wrought iron fence beyond.
McGuire. I think he got a lot of this one, Ray. What do you think? Where is it going to land? Did it hit it? Hit the sign? Oh, my.
slider in the middle of the plate, and look where Jackie Robinson would have been proud. Great extension. He knows it's...
Hey, kissing goodbye. It is gone. Oh, I thought he hit the other one hard. That one's in Milwaukee. It hit the front porch of the third house across Wayman Avenue. Man, oh man. There's a long drive. That one is going way up. It is off the roof. That hit the transformer up there. A tremendous smash. Only 8 players have hit the ball over the roof.
Against San Diego. Done to center field. Forget it. That's going to be long gone, done and gone. That's long time out of here. Adam Dunn put the hammer on one from Lima. Over the batter's eye.
Randy Knox, no. Now all right, the 3-2 pitch to McGuire. Swing and a high fly ball belted. And I mean belted deep to left field into the upper deck. My, oh my. What a shot by McGuire. That is probably the longest home run.
Canseco bids for the second homer of the inning. If it's fair, he's got it.
Whoa.
And it settles into the upper deck.
Oh, my goodness. McGuire hit one that close in that 4-game series when the Oakland Athletics hit 7 in the 4-game series. And I mean close. This is another 20 feet into the 4th level.
Some pretty big bombs there. The two we're going to show you were much farther than any of these, though, and they're amazing. And we'll get to those soon. But we want to also talk about our NHL trivia. We're going to show you some players, and they're not him. And then maybe you've guessed already or not. And then we'll have a little feature on our NHL player. And we'll look at the 2 longest home runs ever. They're unbelievable shots, and we'll get to those, and they're fun. And then we'll be right back. Hey, you stupid Canadian. You know me. I'm Boris, Russian hockey legend. Mr. Hockey, they call me. I be on this show talking about how bad the hockey in Canada is. 72 series, lucky Canada win. I am the toughest hockey player ever lived. I could have beat Canada by myself in 72, but the coach was mad at me and didn't let me play. I'll tell you how Russia was going to win.
Yeah, that's going to be a new segment on our show. Boris is delusional. No, I guess it's Boris Corner. Is he trying to copy Coach's Corner? Calls himself Mr. Hockey. That's kind of disrespectful to Gordie Howe. He's a bit of a strange cat, but he'll be a regular on our show. Boris from Russia. Oh, you all like Boris? Yeah, he seems kind of interesting, eh? I'll enjoy him.
Wonder if Boris thinks he's a better hockey player than any of these gentlemen. These are not the answer to our trivia questions, but great players from the 60s. So then, who is a great player from the 60s? There was a great player, Bobby Orr. Holy God. And I appreciate you applauding for Bobby Orr. He deserves that. He was the best hockey player I ever saw. He was amazing. Bobby Orr, best player that ever played the game, I think. Speaking of great players, Mickey Mantle was a heck of a ball player. I'll tell you, he was a big, strong Oklahoma boy, and man, could he hit the ball a mile. And he hit one home run, it seems like it was a mile, and for a while it was the longest home run ever hit until another gentleman came along and took that one away. But let's have a look at Mickey Mantle's, the number 2 length home run of all time, hit by Mickey Mantle at Yankee Stadium. And have a look at it. You'll enjoy it.
Now that one hit the facade at the top of Yankee Stadium out there in left field, and we have a photograph of it too. It's
It was a long home run, and it ended up being 580 feet. Wow, what a bomb. How about, we've got some physics for it. You two will show you what we got here. It's nice. Now, one thing about this home run and the home run by Jose Canseco and the one champion home run, they both, all three of them, went in a straight line up. That was described by all the fans that saw these ones, and that they were just on a straight line. So that's why they went the farthest, and we can figure the rest out with the formula from gravity. But what a towering home run that was, and it stood for a long time. And here's the chart of the two longest home runs. Mickey Mantle's the green there. It came at 580 feet, and the longest one was 640 feet. Anybody got any idea who hit that one? It came well after the fact, and it was quite a bomb, and it happened in Canada, as a matter of fact. And it was, well, I'll show it to you first, and then you'll know who it is. Let's have a look at the longest home run ever hit.
San Francisco over the Dodgers, bottom of the fifth inning. Speaking of home runs, there's a long drive. That ball is out of here. Home run, Daryl Strawberry. That ball.
I mean, man, did he hit that thing. It went much farther than Mickey Mantle for a reason. He hit it at 162 feet in the air. An incredible number. And if you look at the comparison here, Mickey Mantle's was 370 feet before it hit the facade, and Daryl's hit it at 375 feet in hitting the stadium, the roof at Olympic Stadium. Look at how much higher Daryl's ball went, 162 feet compared to 118 feet. I give it the extra distance it needed. The exit velocities are estimated to be records on these ones. Of course, they now keep those records, but Daryl Strawberry's maybe hit 138, 140 miles an hour exit velocity. It was unbelievable, and Mickey Mantle somewhere around 130 some as well. Unheard of. What bat speed Daryl Strawberry had. Mickey Mantle too. He was built like a brick. You know what else? Reminds me of Bobby Hull, who was like that in NHL too. Just massively strong. All right, time for the hockey trivia. It was, of course, Montreal Canadian killer, number 14, Dave Keon. Wonderful player for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Really the first defensive player could win all the face-offs. That was what the trick about him. Punch and Black and the Leafs developed that defensive checking line system, and Dave Keon was perfect for it. And he was a fantastic player.
In 1960, Dave Keon was invited to the Toronto Maple Leafs training camp. At 5'9", 165 pounds, the 20-year-old forced himself into his coach's plans.
Over the line, cutting in on goal. He's in goal!
Dave Keon danced on his skates. He was very heart and soul of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Congratulations, Dave, on another wonderful game.
Control, and he could be equally good going the other way.
Over the blue line, around Del Vecchio. He shoots, he scores!
Probably did his defensive duties as good as anybody who ever played.
His desire to perfect his defensive skill came upon advice from his coach in juniors.
He told me one time, unless you can score 3 goals every game, you have to learn to do this. And I came to the realization that I couldn't score 3 goals every game.
What I really admired most about him, he would be the guy staying out after practice, continuing to work. He was one of the hardest workers.
He came to play every time. He killed penalties. He skated miles and miles every night. Tireless.
His ability as a two-way player paid dividends. He won the 1961 Calder Trophy. The following year, he won the Lady Byng Trophy and helped his team to the Stanley Cup Final, when the youngster's defensive skill had him on the ice to seal the victory late in the clinching game.
He got a penalty with about 1 minute, 40 seconds to go, and I was thinking, oh, I'm glad I'm not going to be out there. And Punch came down and he said, Vaughn and Brewer and Nevin and Keon. I said, oh my God.
Leafs trying to hang on, leading 2-1 as Stan Mikita failed to get away.
We went out and we killed the penalty off.
Knocks it to the side. Hayes flips it out in front. Simmons stops it. The game is over.
That's when I believed that I could play in the NHL.
And the Leafs players come pouring over the boards to congratulate one another.
Toronto won the Cup again in '63, with Keon repeating as Lady Byng winner. In the spring of '64, during Game 7 of the semifinals, Keon had a hat trick to send the Maple Leafs to the final, where they won their third consecutive Cup.
Once you get that feeling that, yes, we can do this, then it's really hard to be beat, and we got that feeling.
In 1967, the Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup again, and Keon took home the Conn Smythe Trophy.
We won here tonight, and we're very happy.
In 1969, he became the captain of the Leafs and served until he left the NHL in 1975. At that time, he was the highest scorer in franchise history. Keon returned to the NHL in 1979 with the Hartford Whalers, retiring in 1982 at the age of 42.
When we go into Toronto to play the Leafs, just rings in my brain. Number 1 star.
First star.
Davey Keon. Davey was the number 1 star game after game after game.
He just did everything that you needed to do to be a winner.
And unfortunately for him, when Daryl Ballard got there, he actually treated him so poorly, and he was so distraught with the direction of the team that he actually had to convince him to come back to. But when they closed up Maple Leaf Gardens and opened the new one to be part of it, he had nothing to do with the Leafs after that, which was sad because I think it hurt them, and it's part of the reason they haven't won a Stanley Cup in so long. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we're going to leave you with knockouts and Daryl Strawberry. Thanks a lot for watching. I enjoyed Christmas, you guys, and see you after Christmas when we talk hockey and Canada's greatest international performances and some things about international hockey with Canada you probably don't know. Have a great Christmas. Love you all, and thank you very much. Davey Keon good hockey player? Come on. Davey Keon, like a woman, won the Lady Byng trophy. Like a woman, can play in Russia. I am the best player, not Davey Keon. I was the best player in the season.